In this video, we'll convert a number to a string and then show it in 3 decimal places without rounding. This video is a response to this request that I found on Python 59, where we've shown a number in 3 decimal places without rounding, and the comment says, can you share the same in C also, please? Yes, I can. I just want to mention though that the C doesn't provide those built-in manipulation functions as we do, or as conveniently we have in Python. So in this video, we will adapt the approach that we used in video 59, but in C. Yeah, so just keep in mind that we will first be converting this number to a string and then showing that to 3 decimal places. But after this video, I'll be creating another one where we don't convert it to a string. We keep it as a number. We show it in 3 decimal places, but using the floor function. So stay tuned for that. If you were looking for a number to be displayed to 3 decimal places without rounding, then it's the video that comes after this. But if you wanted to convert the number to a string and then show that to 3 decimal places, then here is how we do it. So we've got this value. It's a float and it's got 4 decimal places. It's got 4 decimal places. And let's print the value to 3 decimal places using printf. So here we'll say the value is, and put a format and rule, 3 decimal places, and it's a float number. And let's put a new line, and oh, it's already ended. And then just print out that value, semicolon, and run, compile and run. Okay, so we've got the number, but it's actually rounded that last value. So 56 is rounded to 6. And so it does print in 3 decimal places, but we don't want it to round. So that's the next part. We want to convert that to a number. Here we create a character array. So char, let's call it value string, because it's going to have the same value, but it will be a string. And let's give it size that is reasonable. 50 is good in our case. Next, what we want to use is the string printf function. We'll use that to format a string and store the result in the character array that we called value string. And the character array now holds the number converted to a string with a high, sorry, I think I've got a problem, high precision. So let's see how we can do that. So sprintf, now the value that we want, the value that we want copied, the string that will be copied into, the final result is going to be copied into value string. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and next, what we want is to have a formatting rule to say what we would like. So we would like 10 decimal places. To have 10 decimal places, and it's a long float. So let's just say it's a long float, and so we want to grab 10 decimal places as a long float from this value into value string as a string. Yeah, okay. Let's see how, and then let's just print out that new string. Let's do this. But we just want to keep in mind that this is, that the string value is actually a string now. It's not a float, so you just update things. Compile and run. Okay, so what we have is we've got this as a string now, and because we said we want it in 10 decimal places, so we've got 5 and then another 5 zeros, so all the places that weren't filled are now zeros. Yeah, so it's a string with a high precision. Okay, next what we want to do is create another character array that we want to call truncated value. So here is the array that will hold our truncated string. So initially that's our long string that has a long float with 10 decimal places. We want to truncate that to have only 3 decimal places. So we want to put the result in this character array. Okay, of size 50 is good. Okay. Now what we want to do is use the string character function to find the first occurrence of a dot in a string. So let's do that. So str, no, I got it wrong, strchr. And so what we want to do is we want to find the first occurrence of a string. In our case, it'll be a dot. The first occurrence of a character. Okay, so now we have that, and then what we actually want to do, if a dot is found, it returns a pointer to the location of the character. Now subtract our formatted string. So that's our formatted string. Subtract our formatted string from this pointer. So this returns a pointer to the location of this character. What we want to do is subtract that with our formatted string. Now our formatted string is the new formatted, this is our formatted string, the value string. All right, so what this will do, subtract our formatted string from the pointer to get the difference between the memory location. Now this is actually going to return an integer, so store the result into a variable that'll hold, that will now hold the index of the dot in the string, so the location of the dot. Let's put it in an integer variable called index. Now this will hold the index location of that dot in the string. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I tried to put this in comments. Next, we will use the string copy function to copy a portion of the string, value string, into truncate value. So let's go ahead and do that. Use string copy. And what we want is, so this is going to be the destination where the final copied string will go into, and this will be our source. And we also want to specify that we want to specify the maximum number of characters to be copied from value string. So in this case, we want to include the dot character and 3 decimal places, or 3 subsequent decimal places. So as the index represents the index of the dot characters in value string, what we can do is we can say index plus 4. So this will include, it will ensure that the dot itself is included and the 3 subsequent decimal places are captured as well. So destination, source, copy from here into here, and that's the maximum of how much we want to copy from value string. All right. Next, one more important thing is to explicitly terminate null terminate a string. So truncate value, in the last part of the string, we want to explicitly terminate our string. So add the null character at the end of truncated value. This ensures that it's properly terminated as a string. Last thing we want to do is to actually print it out. Let's copy. Sorry, what am I doing? Oh, that, yeah, because it's a string as well. So, all right, the truncated value, yeah, is truncated value. Let's compile and run. All right, now we got it. So this is using the formatting rule, but it's actually rounding. This one is when it's converted to a string, and we've made it a long float. So we just filled in 10 decimal places with whatever existent values plus zeros. And then we've truncated the value, only printed out the dot and whatever, like 3 values afterwards. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This approach, I just want to mention, it required a lot of manual manipulation. In the next video, it will be more efficient if we just work on the number itself using the floor function. But just in case you wanted to actually do this while it's being a string, then this is I hope that is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next video.